Today on the Roach Coach Podcast.
The Kottonmouth Kings 420 Puff Pass Spectacular.
Oh, kick butt, smoke weed.
Kick butt and smoke weed.
That does sound like a pretty good song.
I've never heard any references to how weed impacts sex.
Roach Coach
Podcast.
Hello and welcome to a very special episode of the Roach Coach Podcast. My name is Lorin Kozlowski. You may also know me as Mr. 420. With me, as always, Sergeant Bluntz himself, Mr. Matt Nas.
Keep it rolling, baby. Rolling them blunts.
That's right. And returning to the show, you know them by a few names. Tonight they're going by Sativa Steve. It's Jennifer Sosha.
Puff pass, baby. Woo!
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 Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to an incredible episode of the Roach Coach Podcast. We put out a challenge to our Roach Ryders and Indigo Angels, and we said if you could give us 420 reviews across this wide internet, we would do an episode all about the Kottonmouth Kings, and you came through 420 reviews. And here we are. We're talking about them, the Kottonmouth Kings and their album, Royal Highness. Matt, you thought this day would never come.
No, I did not.
Sergeant Bluntz himself was a naysayer.
Well, I knew it would come. I did not know that it would take 2 full years from date of challenge issued for it to come true. But here we are. I'm looking dead in the maw of Kottonmouth Kings Royal Highness. I'm ready to dive in. You know, when you're dealing with Lorin and me, a.k.a. Mr. 420 and Sergeant Bluntz, we are steeped in that weed lore. Oh, yeah, we know all about it. So I think the two of us, Jenny, you might need to take the back seat. We'll two masters of the pipe tell you all about it.
Yeah, you guys are masters of the pipe. That sounds like a homophobic insult I would have flung at you. And the year this album came out, 1998.
Hey, why don't you masters of the pipe get down here?
Oh yeah. Oh man, that one would go over huge with my uncles. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, I believe what is the official name of this episode is the Kottonmouth Kings 420 Puff Pass Spectacular.
That is correct.
Thank you. And we're excited to do this album. I can say that of all of the albums that we have been challenged to do, so for everyone who cannot remember, we said if you gave us 100 reviews, we would do an ICP album. Of course, the Juggalo Hundo. Then with 200 reviews, it was the Twisted 200, which we do now. And then for 300 reviews, my least favorite, the Bloodhound Gangs. What was that one called?
That was Hooray for Boobies. That was the Bloodhound 3 pound.
That's right, the Bloodhound 3 pound. And here we are with the Kottonmouth Kings 420 Puff Pass Spectacular. And I gotta say, I'm in a much better mood, guys. Maybe it's the chemicals in the air. Maybe it's something in the air. I don't know. But I'm just feeling a little bit better hanging out. Well, you know what it is? I love hanging out with anybody who's a king. I love the kings.
True.
Step Kings, Kottonmouth Kings. I know I'm missing another. We've dealt with some other kings on the show.
Well,
the Prom Kings.
You've always been a fan of class. That's
I love class. I like the monarchy. I love it. You know, I can't miss an episode of The Crown. What's going on with them crazy Brits?
Oh boy. Sounds like a lot's going on right now.
That's
big
true.
News.
Big news. He may need to get into some of this weed culture. That's a segue. As we talk,
it's a plant that heals, Lorin.
Yeah,
Matt,
you said you smelled chemicals in the air. That's not it's our Mother Earth gave us this plant. Okay,
this is true.
Mother Earth gave us a lot of plants that we don't smoke. But
I love how like at the end you were like, Okay.
Okay. So let's just
Jenny,
give her a little respect.
before we go any further, I do need to know what it would take to commission Sweet Mitchell to make a shirt that said "Masters of the Pipe" and it's Lorin in my face.
It would probably take one text message from me for the low price of free 99. I will.
Love a free
Ooh,
99.
Yeah.
love it.
Well, you know what? I love that idea, and I think that's I think that's a good one for the Patreon. And I think that's one that people would proudly wear around their towns.
Sure.
Yeah. So we are talking about Royal Highness by the Kottonmouth Kings. This is their debut album. Jenny, Sativa Steve, when did
Yes.
this album come out?
This album was released on August 11th, 1998.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
That's right.
That's in a real getting the party started mood.
This is a getting the party started album. Let me tell you. Sativa Steve, we'll start with you. History with the Kottonmouth Kings.
So I became aware of Kottonmouth Kings at the very time this was being released. Our local new rock alternative 89X would play Bump, I think, pretty frequently, and I loved it. I loved it. Like, I was like, yeah, this song fucking rules. uh, that's it though. That's all for me. Um, I it appears they're still going at it, and pretty like prolific discography, band member list, film list. Like my God, but for me it was just that one little song. How about you, Lauren?
I was aware of them in a very ephemeral way. I knew who they were. I know I'd seen clips of videos somewhere when I was doing the research for this episode, and I watched the video for Bump. The video started, and I was like, I have seen this. I know this. So I recognize that there's some hairstyles in it that I have been embedded in my mind forever. But I don't really know any songs. Even Bump itself was not really familiar to me upon listening to it. The images of the video were more familiar than the actual song itself. Um, and I was not aware of their level of prolificness. I don't think that's a word, but yeah, they have an insane amount of albums, and the way their Wikipedia is written is also insane. Um, it's there's a there's one way to do it, and then there's the Kottonmouth Kings way of doing it. So the way that everything is written about, so they're like on February 24th, 1998. Kottonmouth Kings released their first overall album and their first EP, Stoners Wreaking Havoc. On August 11, 1998, Kottonmouth Kings released their first national album, first studio album, and second overall album titled Royal Highness. And then that's how it is for the entire wiki. You scroll down to the album they put out in 2012. On March 20th, 2012, D-Lock released his fourth solo album and second under the name D-Lock, an EP titled Weed Man. And they're all like, yeah, it's like 12th album, 28th release overall. It's like, my God. And yeah, these guys,
Yeah.
It's funny, the stereotype, pothead, lazy, not the Kottonmouth Kings. Those guys, studio dogs. Get in the studio. It's time to put out another release, our 15th or our 78th, if you count everything. Like, I mean, these guys, they just can't stop making songs about weed. And that thing, they got so many songs. These guys probably have 1,000 songs, and they're all about weed. Even the song you think, oh, this song's not going to be about weed, it's about weed. They're all about weed. It's incredible.
They know what they like. They know what they like.
They know what they like. That's true. Sergeant Bluntz, history with the Kottonmouth Kings.
Well, Sergeant Bluntz reporting for duty. So here's my history with the Kottonmouth Kings. I don't know them very well, but they seem to be one of these bands that keeps coming back into my life. Like, number one, this band's love of weed makes Cypress Hill seem like they just enjoy drinking water, like that they never even mention weed. Because, like, it's literally everywhere. It's pouring out of every orifice of this band. And I respect it. They're they are loyal to the soil. Um,
That the weed is growing out of.
right. What's interesting to me is I don't to this day I still don't know really who the core members of the Kottonmouth Kings are. Like
It's we're gonna try.
we're gonna do
We're
our
gonna try.
best. It's so confusing that Spotify just gave up, and for Royal Highness just said various artists.
Well, we're gonna talk about the personnel section. I did want to tell you, you brought up Cypress Hill. They are on tour right now, and it's called the We Legalized It tour, which is great. It's like a real victory lap for
Totally on
Cypress
brand.
Hill. Love it. Love it. Yeah, I mean, should we get into it? Should we talk about who is in this
Yes,
band?
Have
let's
to.
talk about it.
This personnel section is one for the ages. So on this record, as far as I can gather, the primary core Kottonmouth King crew is Brad, Daddy X Xavier, main artist, lyrics, vocals, producer, executive producer. Steven St. Dog Thronson, main artist, lyrics, vocal, liner notes. Dustin D. Lock Miller, main artist, lyrics, vocals. Robert DJ Bobby B. Adams, main artist. And Patrick Pakilika Cochran, another listed main artist. Now, I'm not going to count how many personnel they have on here, but let's just say it's two very long rows, and it features about a million names. One that you would probably never guess would be one Alan Lomax. So
Where might I know Alan Lomax from?
Alan Lomax was like, I think he did just like a lot of like American music studies and compilations of like various like I don't know, like music from around the world. A lot of like very like minimalist like field recordings. I know who Alan Lomax is because I once got taken on like it was kind of like a kidnapping road trip. Uh, I was I was I went on like 2 dates with this guy and he got a new car. He's like, "I got this BMW. It's awesome. Do you wanna go drive around in it?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then he just started driving and kept going. I was like, "We should go to Traverse City," which like, if you are it's so it's like like 4 or 5 hours away from where we were. And I was like, "Oh," and he's like, "Oh, come on, let's go. It'll just be fun." So we were in this car, this great car, and he just drove for a super long time. But one of the CDs he had in the car was an Alan Lomax, like field recordings. So I'm sure he did a terrible job of describing who Alan Lomax is, but
Good enough for me.
Yeah, yeah,
like
that works.
yeah, the other CDs in that car, Shellac at Action Park, which I still love despite that, and a Nina Nastasia record. I forget it's called like Blackbird or Blackburn or something like that. So just
That's an
you know,
eclectic mix.
yeah. Yeah. We stayed at a bed and breakfast. A very intimate religious bed and
Wow.
breakfast where he's like, say we're engaged. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Whoa!
Yeah, it was truly wild. It was our last date.
Well,
He
yeah.
was like,
I
how
mean,
dare you? How dare you break up with me? I was like, well,
Well,
you did a light kidnapping. I mean, it was like, as far as kidnappings are concerned,
pretty mild.
somebody driving you to a bed and breakfast in a BMW is like,
Yeah.
but I don't want to go. I was just like,
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
I should mention we talked about, that we were gonna like imbibe. Okay. So I have a little teensy little weed pop here
ooh.
that I was gonna drink,
Mm.
but nobody else is doing it.
I'm sorry.
So and Lorin tried to peer pressure himself into maybe doing it. But I did try to peer pressure, but I'm gonna drink it anyway. So I'm just gonna do little sips. But if Mama fades away,
We know why.
we
We
know
know
why.
why. We know
And
why.
this is a formidable album to go up against in terms of time for activation to happen. So this is the dorkiest way anybody's ever described drinking a 5 milligram THC. I'm gonna die. Sativa Steve reporting for duty. The clock is punched.
Perfect. Well, I have a physical copy of this album here. And I want to tell you that this is a situation where I believe that God's cloudy hand came out of the sky and guided this to me because Matt told me we're at 420. And I said, oh boy, I guess we got to line this up. And I was driving around Indianapolis, Indiana. I was looking for a comic book store that Apple Maps tried to kill me instead and sent me to a dead mall that basically had a bunch of warnings on the front that were like, don't enter if you have guns, please. And I was like, what am I doing here? And so I was driving back. I was driving away from it, and I saw a Karma Records. And longtime listeners of the show know that the last time I went into a Karma Records to buy a record, they were trying to just liquidate, and they didn't want to talk to anybody who was there just to buy a record or buy a CD. And I was like, let me dive in. Let me see. I didn't even know this one existed. So I go into this place. And it's indeed like a full operational record store. Obviously, they've got all of their, weed and smoking accessories along the side and the back. But I mean, I walk right in and it's CDs, new CDs too. Like, it's not just like a bunch of used CDs, whatever. They got shirts, they got all this stuff. Looks great. They got a big new release sign on the wall. Like, we got the new releases. I'm like, all right, I'm walking into like an active store. And there are other people in there. It's buzzing. I think they were rocking they were playing some metal, I want to say. So it was like a metal vibe. And I noticed that the selection was largely metal. And as I'm browsing, one of the guys who runs the place walks up to me, and he is an older gentleman. I put him in his late 50s, early 60s, gray hair, big gray bushy mustache, long gray hair, and a ponytail. And he goes, can I help you find anything, brother? And I was like, no, I'm good, but thank you. And I was like, oh, this dude's legit. This is great. This store's great. I'm definitely coming back here again. I love it. I love the vibe here. The vibe here is good. And so as I go around, I find a copy of this album. I can't believe it. They've got it. I got it for a sweet $4.99.
Great thrift.
Yeah. So I'm thinking this is great. Also, I don't know if we talked about this in the show. I'm a little bit on a Bob Dylan kick right now, and I've been trying to find Blood on the Tracks. I finally found a CD copy of Blood on the Tracks. They had it used, $4.99. Couldn't believe it. They also had a copy of Blonde on Blonde. I said, let's fucking go. Let's do it. So as I'm doing this, I'm looking around. There's these kids that are in there. They're talking to the guy who I'd talked to at the counter. As they're talking to him, he enters from side left, from stage left. That's right. There's two of them. Identical twins. Gray hair, in a ponytail, big bushy mustaches. They look the same and they sound the same. And I'm like, what? But for a second, when the guy came in, swear to God, I thought it was like a Matrix glitch. It was nuts. I was like, wait a minute, what? Two of these guys? Insane.
Wow.
And also, when I overhear the conversation they're having with these kids, they're clearly like local legends. Like, they're like, all right, you kids tell your mom we say hey. And they're like, oh yeah, we'll see you around. I'm like, these guys are, oh my God, I'm like in the middle of something here. So I walk up and they're like, find everything you're looking for, brother? And I was like, I did. And I hand them. And they both come over. And the one guy looks at it, he goes, Kottonmouth Kings and Bob Dylan. And the other one, without missing a beat, goes, musical peanut butter and jelly. I was like, I cannot believe this.
There we go.
Masters of their craft.
Oh, unbelievable. Well, then they were talking and they were finishing each other's sentences. It was nuts.
Or in
It was
this case,
amazing.
sandwiches.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I couldn't. Unbelievable. I was like, I can't believe this. This is incredible. So I got a copy of the album here. I would say that this front cover seems to be engraved, the Kottonmouth Kings logo and name engraved in wood. And then when you open it up, it appears to be sort of like a desk which covered in various paraphernalia and photos of the band. Also, some of their catchphrases are also carved into it. Their catchphrases are 4 cents to $1. Voting doesn't work. Taxes are stealing.
Okay.
And
I think I pick up a vibe here.
yeah, I think
I've
that was
talked
the other
to
one.
maybe a couple people that might be into marijuana that have I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah,
said some of these things to me.
yeah. And then also they have a little statement, sort of a statement of purpose for the album. I'll read right now. To me, it's the key to this penitentiary. It's the key to overcoming this invisible yoke of slavery, your clockwork stay alive mentality. That every day is a battle, see? It's a war called peace. We're dealing with a system that needs to work the bugs out, or maybe it don't want to be, because maybe it's got you right where it wants you. But not me, you see. I burned your flag on the pole. I'm over it.
Chug.
Your mind control. Your life is strife without parole. Your government straight sold its soul. Your machine is full of rust. In God we
Man.
trust. What a bust. Your
Man.
liberty is full of lust. The people
Man.
just disgust.
Wow.
Wow.
And finally,
that's great. But could I just? I'm just trying to get this medicine from my mom.
oh yeah, the medicine. Well, let me tell you about this. This is also in here. There's a little. I don't even know how you. They just put little boxes all over. They were just like, put this in, put this in.
Do whatever they want.
They do whatever they want. And so it says, wanted by the U.S. government, the Lord God Almighty, for the creation and cultivation of the plant marijuana on the planet Earth.
I mean, it's like, I don't disagree with half of what they say, but
right. Yeah.
also, boy, oh boy.
Also, boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with what they have to say. Also, please don't ever let me get locked into a room with these guys.
Yeah. No, it is interesting, like, I don't know. My stepdad recently hit me with I'm just not going to pay my taxes. And I was like, oh, okay.
That's not
My
going to go
mom
well.
was like, we're going to get a return. And I was like, wait, what? She's like, oh, we'll get a tax return. I was like, like your taxes come out of your paycheck. Like, yeah. He was like, oh, it's like, I don't know. You're not going to take some of it back. Like, I guess, like, whatever. Stand up your musket, brother. Like,
that's the big part of the tax return is the return part. He sees the
return
tax
of
part.
Taxes. Yeah.
He sees the tax part and he's like, how dare you? How dare you? And your mom's like, the return that comes back.
Yeah, they tricked him when he started his job by just calling it an I-9 that he had to fill out. I don't know, man. But anyway, totally agree with everything they said. I love they're just like, it's their album. Like, yeah, put a bunch of little boxes
Hell
on
yeah.
there.
Yeah, a lot of pictures of the band all hanging out. These guys hate shirts and love spiking their hair.
Yep.
I love an
it.
album that reads like Dr. Bronner's soap. That is exactly what I'm looking for.
If you are like, oh man, I'm gonna be in the bathroom for a minute, the liner notes to Kottonmouth Kings, Royal Highness, they'll tide you over. They'll tide you over. Someone will be like, you done in there? You're like, hold on. Even their postcard to send to like be on their mailing list, it's an extremely long message. Like it's literally a message. It's not just like, please write us. It's like, what's up? Thanks for checking out the Kottonmouth Kings. First released on our label, Suburban Noise. Transmitting underground sounds and signals to you at times can be so difficult since most mainstream channels of communication are blocked with so much bullshit. So it is important that we can reach you and you can reach us. Send your name and address for our mailing list so we can stay in touch. I was like, I've never read that. Like, yeah. So also there's tons of pictures of little weed clumps all over. And also
little
under
weed clumps, as they're
little
called.
weed clumps.
It's me,
as
little
they're
weed clumps.
Little weed clumps. Yeah, you can see underneath the CD itself.
Yeah. I think those would be referred to as nugs.
Oh, well, there you go. We love nugs.
We love nugs.
We
Or
love
little
nugs.
wheat clumps. Little cuties.
Just
Those little wheat clumps.
wheat clumps.
little wheat clumps.
How many little wheat clumps did
I
you
mean, Meet the
wanna
Clumps
purchase?
is one of your favorite movies, isn't it?
Yeah.
The clumps. Oh, incredible film. Incredible film. That's one of the few movies that was filmed, when they said they did the lighting, they said, why don't we just use the lights that they use in a doctor's office for every scene? I was like, what a choice. What a choice. Well, we've got the album here. It's got 17 motherfucking songs, and we're gonna talk about them. And one last thing, Jenny, who is the producer on this album?
The producer. I'm sorry, the producer? No.
I'm sorry, producers.
There's a lot of producers here. We got Daddy X, Dog Boy, I Timothy, Marco Forcone, and Mello B. Delir.
All right. And and what's our genre tag?
Oh, a genre tag? Simply rap rock.
Okay. All
Interesting.
right. Falls into the genre we tend to cover here on the show. Sativa Steve, what's our first song?
Our first song is Bong Token Alcoholics.
Thanks for watching this episode of Roach Coach on YouTube. Unfortunately, we do not play the music here on YouTube because we want to avoid those sweet, sweet copyright strikes. But you can check out in the description. We have the links to the podcast itself, which includes all the clips from the music that we hear. And back to the show.
Ah, there it is. Legalize it.
Legalize it.
Legalize it. Hey,
We did.
we did.
Okay.
Listen,
Some of us did. Some of us voted to
I
legalize
voted for it.
I
I
voted
voted
for
for
it.
I
voted
signed
for it.
petitions at concerts.
Against it.
No, to support it.
Yeah, they were all Neil
Yeah,
Diamond
Against
concerts.
it. Lorin.
No, for it. For it. This is Mr. 420 talking.
That's right,
For
that's
it.
right. Sorry, I forgot.
Sativa Steve, let's start with you. Thoughts on Bong Token Alcoholics?
I'm not mad at it. It's 100% exactly what I expected. Totally something that's easy for me to listen to. It's fun. It's just a bunch of drunk high people being like, yeah, we're drunk and high. The government sucks. I don't want to work. Like, I get it. I
It
was
all
just
tracks.
like, yeah,
It all
I mean, I listened to this at 6:00 in the morning. Okay, driving to work in a snowstorm. Like, I just watching people go into ditches left and right. I was driving like fucking 10 miles an hour on a freeway at 6:00 in the morning, listening to this, and I was just like, hell yeah. Like, I just like it. I don't know. That's it. What do you guys think?
You know what? I wrote down some of these incredible lyrics. Because this song and most of the songs on this album are a literal play-by-play of the day in the life of a various member of the Kottonmouth Kings. And I got to tell you that it's a little more normal than you would assume based on if you just saw them. But this is what he says. Getting bent every night is the thing we do. Waking up every day in the afternoon. I crawl out the bed on the way to the shower. Gotta hurry up. I got a date in an hour. Right away. Taking a shower, and he's got a date. This is an upwardly mobile person. All right. He's concerned about hygiene, and he's concerned about making connections with other people. Then, twist. Call my boy X on the shower phone. The shower phone? This guy's got a shower phone?
Rich.
Yeah, that's something that definitely Garrett Fuller would be like, this motherfucker's rich. He says, what up, Saint? Man, I'm stoned alone. By the way, I got the freaks on point. Call up the crew, hook it up later. Now, I don't know if he's Saint or he's calling Saint, but either way, oh no, I don't know. I don't know the point of view here. I hung up with X. Oh, okay, he's Saint. He called X. I hung up with X and gave my boys a holler. D-Lock picked up and said, what's up, baller? Just dropping a dime and time about this party. There'll be a lot of beer and some naughty hotties. I'll call Bobby, let him know the plan, and we'll bounce through in the nitrate van. We'll take a road trip, 40 sip on the way. Oh yeah, X coming through with some freaks from the Bay. A date, a shower foam, naughty hotties. I got to tell you, these guys, they're having like an eventful day, a productive day. They're meeting people. You know, we got freaks from the Bay and naughty hotties. These are two separate groups coming together. And the Kottonmouth Kings are confident that they can merge these two friend groups without conflict. Think about that.
Wow,
that's tough.
That's what those little clumps will do.
Those little clumps get you ready.
little clumps.
Lovers of the clumps, film or lil clumps. Bring the group right together.
Yeah. Now, at the end of the song, he says, all the freaks up in the party, move around and shake your body. And if you're down with the boys of P-Town, let me see somebody get naughty. Then he asks if the West Coast in the house. And if they are, pick it up. Well, get naughty they did. These girls start to strip, started freaking on my shit, and her boyfriend started to trip. I said, you talk shit, punk. Let's step outside. He put his fists up. I put him on his eye. He got a left on the cheek, skateboard to the dome, and then I busted out. I don't know. I couldn't tell what he said there, and took his girlie home, which then leads me to ask the question. Did he actually go on the date? Or did the date not happen? Did he forget about his date? Because he went to the party of these two merging friend groups, and then he sees a girl that he likes. She's into him, but she brought her boyfriend anyway. He takes out the boyfriend and then takes that girl home. I feel like somebody's getting stood up here. He's not dating the girl who's got the boyfriend. I think this is a new girl he just met. So I believe that there's a woman still waiting for Saint Dog.
No.
She never got the call.
I think that you think that he's going to take her out on like a nice date because that's what you would do. But as a person who, no, I bet that the date was like, meet me and my friends at this thing, right? We're going to hang out. And then he just like completely like loses track. Doesn't care, ignores her. She's probably like sitting like quietly, like, it's like me
true.
or any of my friends that often found ourselves in situations with such kings.
Yeah. I mean, they are bong toking alcoholics. Them losing track of a person.
No, I mean, that's just basically like, that's a nice little category that we could just bloop pretty much everyone I dated in my 20s into. So,
Sergeant Bluntz, where do you stand on bong token alcoholics?
Here's where I am. Number one, let's just rip some bongs right now. And also, guys, crank this on the boombox. Light up. Well, light up. You know what I mean.
Just light up.
Light up. Just light up. Light up anything. Yeah.
Get that bonfire going because we're at a beach party, dude. This is 100% beach party music. I don't care if you're on an ocean beach or a lake beach. This is good time music. Period.
Wow. Interesting. I thought this was a strong open and a statement of purpose. Really set the tone for the whole album. I went to songmeanings.com expecting to meet all of the followers of the Kings. Was stunned to see very little comments. This song had one comment, and it's a comment near and dear to your heart, Sergeant Bluntz. It's from KMK Natasha, so it's a hardcore. And Natasha said, "What? No comments? This whole album is fucking golden. I love this." So I was like,
wow.
Interesting start.
Well, they were the change that they wanted to see. They left a comment, so that's good.
That is good.
All right. We have some tracks.
Let's do it.
And we gotta roll.
Right. Because this highly casual, these 5 MGs are going to kick in. JK. Okay. Up next, we got Play On.
Oh, Charles. Charles.
Yeah, man.
Charles, you should not be smoking weed. You're only 16 years old. You don't know what it's like out there yet, buddy.
You don't know what it's like to be on the hard streets in 97 and 98, my friend.
Were you even born yet?
I don't think
You were not
born.
born yet.
You were not born yet.
I have read a lot about it.
Okay, well, we were there, and it was fine.
It was fine. It was the 90s. It was
Yeah,
great.
and you
Yeah.
don't get to see any thongs, okay?
What do you mean?
Mm.
I'm dying for a thong.
Well,
No,
Google it. You have
yeah,
the internet, which we
yeah, the
didn't
internet.
really have that much of in
Yeah.
97, 98.
Look, my parents don't let me have the internet.
Well, I don't know how you're finding out about all this shit.
The library.
No,
Oh, well, then
it is
go to the
true.
library, find a computer where the screen doesn't face the front desk, and Google thongs.
Mm, I don't
I
know.
would simply say, Charles, we just want the best for you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But
Did my rapping at least sound okay?
it sounded really good, actually.
You sound like
Thank
you're getting
you.
really
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
You could
Great.
be one of the 1,000 contributing artists to this record, and they're still going strong. So, like,
Yeah.
totally attainable, I would say,
Mhm.
if you wanted to join the Kottonmouth Kings.
You could. Yeah. You just got to make sure that your nuts hang. So as long as your nuts are hanging,
Yeah, and don't
can-
tell us because you're 16.
yeah, don't tell us about that. Keep that to yourself.
You'll know. That's for
Mhm.
you to know.
Yeah.
That's the
Oh, I
Charles
know.
fact.
Wink.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Who taught you to wink? Library?
Oh no!
Bad.
Wait.
The library. Wink.
Oh no, that person
Oh
should
no!
be arrested.
That's not good. That's not good.
You're not allowed to wink at a library.
What do
No.
you mean? Wink.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh God. Whoever taught Charles how to wink? No. It's
Yeah.
bad.
We're gonna bring a case. We're gonna bring a case against you.
Sativa Steve, how'd you feel about Play On?
Once again, exactly what I would expect. The bit about the nuts made me laugh, of course. I was like, why? Okay, your nuts are hanging. That's cool. That's good. I don't know what else they'd be doing, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I liked it. I didn't feel like we really got anything like new, but I don't expect to get one new thing in this record or any subsequent records. And that's great. Like,
Yeah, there's no new metal really to be found here. I thought this was interesting in that I was like, oh, this is the same song as the one before it, just with a different beat, and we're saying diddy daddy day, which I'm trying to imagine like as sort of like a variation of like a lottie dottie sort of take from like Snoop Dogg, which I know was a take from somebody else. I'm blanking on the eye patch.
Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick.
Thank you, Matt. I knew you'd have that. And so yeah, I thought this song, but I found this song to be very just like in a weird way, like, yeah, these guys are just hanging out. They're just like, I wrote in my notes, they're silly guys and they're just having a silly time. They're talking about the things that they find interesting, which is weed and like girls a little bit, but it's all feels very like in a weird way, like PG-13. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like that risque
you
or
can
that.
only show one pair of hanging nuts, or you
Right.
get an irate.
Yeah,
You get
That's
one.
right.
You get one pair of
You
nuts.
get one.
One pair.
One nut.
One
You get
nut.
one nut
Single
sack.
nut. Yeah.
Any
Yeah,
more nut sacks, you're rated R.
That's right. But then I watched the music video for this song, and wowza. Jenny, did you watch this one?
I didn't watch any music videos.
Okay,
Sorry
well,
to say.
probably for the best. So this video, I have to assume was not made for mainstream viewing. I think this was clearly just for like a DVD. This thing is, there are just all of the it. I was trying to explain this to somebody, but it's like when you watch a video with like Kid Rock or like Snoop Dogg or something like that, and they have like, and you know, like even like Superhead that we talked about, you know, last year, Jenny, in that book, you know, like video vixens. These are mostly like models, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And actresses who are trying to be models or trying to be actresses, and they might be dressed scantily, but their occupation is ultimately actually dancing or being an actor or something like that. And while they may be placed in situations that feel like very like strippery or porno kind of way, they're not actually doing that outside of whatever.
Are you trying to say that they're not about that life?
They're not about that life. Thank you, Matt. the women in the music video for Play On
Might be
are
about that life.
they are 100% about that life. They're more aggressive and open with their bodies than I have seen in other music videos with like rap videos, even like something like the next episode, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, which is set in a strip club, but still that video, I was like, this is pretty tame until you see the Play On video. Like it is, I would say, kind of vulgar, and they're really going for it. I mean, they're
Wow.
just groping and like people like straight up. I'm gonna say it. Nudity, straight up nudity. That was the thing. I hit
Oh
play.
my God.
I hit play. Okay, buckle up. Here.
Lorin,
How
hold on.
dare you?
you're grounded.
I know. I hit play.
Nudity?
No, here's the thing.
Nudity?
I hit
These
play.
kings had nudes?
I can deal with scantily clad, but nudes is where I draw the line.
Suburban kings seeing
What?
ting tongs? I don't like that.
What was very stunning for me, guys, was that when I hit play on the YouTube video, I was not expecting like a straight on, fully nude woman within like 1 second of hitting play. And it was, I was not prepared. I was not prepared.
Well, I'll have to masturbate to this later to find out if it's correct.
Wow. Well, yeah, I can understand if you aren't expecting,
Surprise nudity will get you.
I listen. I try to be ready for nudity at any time, but for some reason, the Kings took me by surprise, and I was like,
Look,
"Wow!"
if a dong along a ding dong showed up behind my shoulder here, that would be a shock to all of us.
Right?
Yeah, that is true. If a dick emerged from the curtain behind you, that would
I would be like, "What?
Yeah.
This house is fully haunted by a hung gentleman."
Yes. Oh, boner ghost. Yeah.
Oh,
Lauren, can I ask you a personal question?
Sure.
Were you scared when you watched that video?
You know what? I wasn't scared, but I was definitely taken aback. I definitely was. I definitely was like, oh wow, like everyone's being just. I think what it was more than anything was that I realized watching it that when you watch these videos of like, I go to like Snoop Dogg or any sort of rapper or Kid Rock or anything like that, you realize that they're never really interacting physically with any of the dancers in their videos. They'll be standing by them and it'll be sort of like a proximity insinuation. There's this hot woman near me, so she's with me. But if you watch the videos, they don't touch, they don't hold hands or anything like that. Unless there's like a
touch
plot
situation. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And in this,
the Kings don't play by those rules.
Everyone is getting manhandled. The women are grabbing the men are grabbing the women. Everyone's grabbing everybody in every single way. And I was surprised. I was like, wow, all bets are off here. Play on indeed. Play on indeed.
Wow.
Wow.
I've probably never sounded I've definitely never sounded squarer than I do right now. So congratulations to the Kings. And although there's also an ICP shout out in this song. They also shouted ICP at one point. So which makes sense. There's no comments in songmeanings.com. I think they also saw the video and were stunned into silence. And so
likely true.
Yeah.
Likely true.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Up next we got Suburban Life.
This song was the one song in the album that sounded like it could be a parody of Kottonmouth Kings. It reminded me of a Weird Al song. It reminded me, honestly, of Ben Folds Rockin' the Suburbs a little bit with the Suburban Life name. And just the chorus of being like, Suburban Life, suburbs, harder than you think. Harder than you think. Come down this cul-de-sac and see what you find. And I mean, they do get into what sounds like some very personal stuff, involving like broken homes and stuff like that. But the tenor of their voices on this, and I mean, we haven't really talked too much about the sounds of, how their vocals sound. But on this one, it felt very Weird Al to me. Sativa Steve, how'd you feel?
Well, should be noted the song is on the Scream 2 soundtrack. So good for them. I agree, definitely gave me a little carnival. And I think the suburban life thing is like, is it a Crass thing? The band Crass? Is that
Well, so Descendants had Suburban Home, but I'll check. I'll check.
I guess I have several fingers on a keyboard
No,
too.
no,
I
no, no,
could
no,
I could
no,
look it
no,
up.
don't worry
But
about it.
yeah, I mean, I thought it was all right. It definitely took me out of the zone that I was in with the first two songs, but you know, I feel like there's something about these guys and I'm just like, all right. It's yeah. It's just the Kottonmouth Kings. Sure. Sounds
Uh,
good.
yeah. I mean, the thing about it is that ultimately I felt, uh, like they didn't, you know, it's uh, it's that question of like, would you leave, like, Shaggy Too Dope and what's the other guy's name?
Violent J.
And Violent J. Violent J, like, if I was like, hey, Violent J, here's the key to my house, go in, wait for me, I'll be there in a minute, that seems fine. Like, but Shaggy Two Dope, as we've already covered, he's a
What's his
maniac. What did I say?
Shaggy 2 joke.
Shaggy two jokes?
Shaggy Two Jokes. He's got two jokes, and they're both hilarious. Shaggy Two.
Knock knock. Wait for it. An elephant walks into a bar. Oh, Shaggy two jokes.
He's got the same two jokes, but they never
They never line up.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'm just saying, yeah, the Cottonmouth Kings, in a way, seem kind of harmless in that way. I'm not afraid of them. I mean, because their goal ultimately, that's the thing. The ICP, they're an insane clown posse. Their whole thing is hatchets. They want to kill people, and clearly, the Cottonmouth Kings, they're like, no taxes, legalize it. No taxes, legalize it. Voting doesn't work. I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. You guys are fine. So, Matt, sorry, Sergeant Bluntz. How'd you feel
How
about
dare
this
you?
one?
You've been busting my rank all day. Here's the deal. This is fun. It gave me huge. The parody I feel is Lonely Island going back to do this. Like I definitely get that. Like
Yeah.
we like sports and that type of like they. It's a good party vibe if you're looking for linguistic wizardry. You're not necessarily finding it, but I'm vibing at a barbecue. This rules. This fucking rules. And it's got an element of fun, but is relatable. Whereas, like, I think ICP can have an element of frivolity and the carnival aspect that takes me into a place that I'm like, I don't connect with this as much. So I'm there with the Kings. The other thing that I know we haven't talked about too much is the creation of Suburban Noise Records, which this was like the first album out on Suburban Noise, which our good friends, the Dropout Kings, are on. So it is an active thing that the Kottonmouth Kings basically created. And Head PE is on Suburban Noise. So there's a lot of amazing acts that have come out because of Suburban Noise Records, because of the Kings.
Another set of Kings. I can't believe I forgot our boys, the Kings. Unbelievable. Songmeanings.com. First comment is from Kottonmouth King 420. Perfect name.
Perfect
You
name.
nailed it. They said Kottonmouth Kings fucking rule, except they censored fucking. I don't know. I wasn't aware that there was any sort of
Gotta show restraint.
You gotta. Rap rock mix with cool DJ and synth effects. Of course, those drug-free conformists won't like their marijuana-induced lyrics and anarchist remarks that are all true. Long live MJ and anarchy. Okay, fair enough. Lala, I think this name is supposed to be Lal Hardcore 024. Said chill song. I don't like rap that much, but this is a great song to listen to when you're packing a few bowls.
I agree.
And then Matt, to answer your question, this is from March 29th, 2021. Kevin 11217 said, just realized the hook is from the old punk band Crass. Big A, little A. Check it out. It's a pretty killer song.
Mm.
So there you go. There you go. It is. It's a callback. There you go.
Nice work, Jenny.
Yeah. Yeah. I still don't think that's what I was thinking of, but sure. Yeah. Wow, guys. Wow. Here we are doing Kottonmouth Kings. I think this drink is working a little bit.
I think so.
I think it is.
Maybe it's time for the next song.
Yeah, we're gonna see what happens here. I'm gonna slow down my sips. This seriously is like a thimble. And I'm like, oh no. So who's the squarest now? It's me. Up next is Life Ain't What It Seems.
Telling me.
Dad comes in, says, put away the videos. I can't do that because I got Nintendo. Everybody I know likes to play girlies. Everybody in the world gonna get swirly. Put your head in the toilet, then I flush it. If you want to do this, then you gotta mush it. That's the Iditarod. That's in the islands. That's what I'm talking about. That's where my guys is. Trust me and shit.
Good job.
Good job, Charles.
Learned
Wow.
about the Iditarod at the library, I think.
Eh? Oh, wow.
It's great.
I had to read White Fang.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yep.
You watch Balto.
I celebrate all of Jack London's work.
Hey, that's great.
Yeah. Isn't that what's that other one? Iron Will? Isn't that one? I feel like that's like a kid's movie about the Iditarod or something. Like some kid does the Iditarod or something like that. I feel like I watched that in like middle school or something.
Yes.
Yeah, there was like when I was
Iron
growing
Will
up,
from 1994. A brave young man is thrust into adulthood as his courageous team of sled dogs embark on a grueling and treacherous cross-country marathon.
Yeah, there was like a lot of sled dog stuff going on when we were kids.
Yeah, we were kids. Like, sled dogs all the time. Somebody said once, they were like the things that you were concerned about as a little kid that you never encounter as an adult is like quicksand and like poisonous snakes and like falling through the ice. People are always falling through the ice while on their sleds with their dogs in the middle of the Arctic, places we would never go. This song, this synth at the top sounds like the Macarena every time. And I've been hearing the Macarena a lot lately because Ronan loves the Macarena and sings it even if you don't play it. He does it while he's brushing his teeth. He loves it. It's like his favorite song.
I can't believe I dropped the rhyme. That's the Iditarod. It's in Antarctica. It's really cold up there. Better get a parka. Sorry, guys. You can't freestyle them all.
I thought it was great. I didn't pick up on a thing.
Yeah. Seemed great. Yeah. So I was really kind of thrown by, this is the song where I really started to notice Saint Dog's vocal affectations. And I went back and checked to see where this person was from. And they're from Southern California, Orange County. And yet he sounds like he could be hanging out with Bubba Sparks. He has this like weird Southern drawl. And it was also interesting to notice that he's on most of the songs, but then I went and looked and he basically left after this album. And but I mean, he's like the prominent voice on this album and he has this voice that sounds like this. Like he sounds like he's chewing something a little bit too. And on one point, I thought he sounded a little bit like if Les Claypool decided he wanted to rap. Like it's very unusual. And
he's got a little weed pouch just stuffed in his maw to make sure that he doesn't lose it.
He's got a little nugget in there.
Got a little nug. Just tiny little nug.
A little nug. Yeah. Okay. All right. This song has a part where he rhymes LoJack with Kojak.
Solid
and
rhyme.
Yep. And but he also has the type of life that allows him to get up at 3:00 in the afternoon. What a dream.
Nice life.
Nice life. So yeah, this one I was you know what, I I didn't really write much beyond just these the weird vocals and that type of thing. I had nothing else really to say. Anybody else have anything to say about Life and What It Seems?
No,
Nope.
because what I see right now is the list of tracks left to listen to.
All right, perfect.
Now, up next, you're never gonna guess the title of the song. It's called So High.
What do you think, Jenny?
Oh boy.
Oh no.
I thought it was fine. I thought it was a fine song. I really, at a certain point when I was listening to this, I decided to mentally disengage. And I think I was at about track 2. I was like, I was also driving in extremely treacherous conditions the first time I listened to this, but subsequent listens, I was safe. Safe as a little bug in a rug. And I don't know. I just like I felt like I couldn't put more effort into the songs than I feel like they did, you know? Like, Lauren, when you were like, "Wow, they just kept putting out album after album," like, they're probably just, like, sitting in a room super high and like, "Yep."
Roll that again. Roll that again.
Yeah, like, it seems like it was probably fun. This totally seems like the type of thing that would just be on in the background of a party. Perfect vibe for that.
Got a call
Mhm.
from my boy, Lorin K. Gonna meet him up around the way. Gonna get some beers, gonna get some weed, gonna have the best time that we can see.
At the Iditarod.
The Iditarod
The
is
Iditarod after party. Legendary.
If you
the
survived
dogs.
it,
The dogs are chilling because they just got fed. I got a bomb ass girl that's giving me Kool-Aid.
There you go, Charles.
thank you. Thank you.
Don't want to
I
scare Lauren.
don't scare me.
No,
I'm
don't scare him.
don't scare me. Don't
Not
scare
with
me.
lewdness. I don't want it.
No. Listen. Listen, you know what? You guys Google this video. Some stuff happens at the top
Dude.
that you will not be
I
prepared
told you
for.
I will be masturbating to it later.
And I'm just being a jerk.
I will say that the comments for this song were pretty interesting. Lil B said, I love the Kottonmouth Kings because they sing about getting high, and I love getting high and smoking weed. TKM is the best. And
You
I
think
thought,
that's
oh,
the little B?
it has to be. Absolutely.
Base God. Yeah.
Gotta
Thank you,
be Base God. Thank you, Base God. But then I found out that apparently there's other versions of this song, and apparently some people have some opinions on it. Sideline said, and this is all caps, fuck this shit. The old So High is so much. Go to www.google.com and type in Kazaa and download Kazaa and then type in old So High in the audio part, or try old parentheses So High. So simple. That is a lot better version. If it was let out to the public as the single, they would have made a grip of money.
You ever have a grip of money? Hey, Lauren,
Wow.
when's
yeah.
the last time you had a grip of money?
Grip of money, you know, right after I got paid under the table by a shady guy who ran an underground carnival where I worked as the doorman. He paid me in a grip of money. He
Wow.
pulled out a thing of cash out of his pocket, and he said, "How many hours you been here, kid?" And I was like, "I'm 42 years old." And he said, "All right, sounds good." And he just pulled a bunch of bills off, and then he folded them up and he slid them over to me, and he said, "See you next week, kid." And I was like, I am an adult, but whatever. Money's money. It was green, baby. It was
There you go.
green. Yeah.
It's green.
Yeah. Other people agreed with Sideline. B12 said, hell yeah, this version is pure shit. But then KMK Natasha came back, said, this isn't shit. I love it, and the old version too. And then those are all comments from 2002, 2005, 2006. And then June 10th, 2006, A Walk Down Almeida said, how can one band be so disappointing? They need new stuff to write about. I'm sorry.
Wow. Was that you, Lorin?
That was not me. I have never said that the Kottonmouth Kings need to change their topic. And I know that I've said about some people in the past, most famously, Macho Man Randy Savage, that maybe he should not write a song about kicking butt. Maybe he could write a song about something else.
Can't help himself.
Can't help himself. But with the Kottonmouth Kings, I do not want the Kottonmouth Kings to rap about anything but weed. If the Kottonmouth Kings came in and said, we have an idea and we want to rap about any other subject, the Iditarod, I'd be like, don't do it. Unless it's about getting high on the Iditarod, do not rap about it.
Ooh, can you imagine a travel song about getting high with the dogs? Yeah.
Oh man, I just feel like that ends with you like accidentally tipping the sled over, and then the dogs eat you because they've got nothing else to eat.
Something to consider. Sounds like a good movie. Now, what if Kottonmouth Kings and Randy Savage, had done a song together?
Oh, kick butt and smoke weed.
Kick butt and smoke weed.
That does sound like a pretty good song. That sounds like it would be a pretty good song. Missed opportunity.
Maybe in the next life.
If only.
God,
you ready?
Hear my prayer.
Hear my prayer.
Yes. Like, don't pray for that. Stop it.
Too late. Prayers up. Prayers up.
The first prayer that angered him.
That's the one.
For Kottonmouth Kings and Randy's. He's like, no, like it's the straw that broke the camel's back, as they say. Sorry if the world ends. Blame it on that. Up next, we've got Big Hoss.
Okay, we're good. We're good, guys. We're good.
Big Hoss.
Big Hoss.
In the clink.
Yeah, Big Hoss was indeed locked up for this one. And it's too bad.
That's
real shame.
That's not somewhere you want to be.
Not where you want to be. When I was doing my research, I thought that he was somebody who joined the band after this album, but I was thinking of Johnny Richter, who joined the band and was in it from 1996 to 2013. And but he was originally a member, but was serving time when this album was being made for, quote, marijuana possession, which Richter later said was untrue. And I was like, wait, what? You're in the Kottonmouth Kings. If you're not in jail for marijuana possession, what are you in jail for? Like, what?
Maybe he was a spy.
Oh, is that? Oh, that's the next song.
Yeah. It's a little. I'm not that high.
Kind of in it. I'm loving it.
Listen,
I'm having a good time. This is a good time record. What are we talking about?
You put it on at a party and you have a great time. And with this song, this is a song that's anti-neighborhood watch because they're all actually just a bunch of narcs. They're not actually looking out for anybody. They're just looking out to bust the people having a good time. And honestly, this song works in 1998 and it works today because this could also be about that Nextdoor app, which is basically just for narcs anyway.
Again, I keep getting invited and I'm never signing up.
Me too. I keep getting invited and I was like, I don't want that in my life. Man walking down street holding garbage. Oh, is it garbage day? Is it?
Or is it just Garbage Steve? The garbage guy.
The garbage guy. Listen, either way, let him live. Let him live. Let him be. Oh my gosh. I'm reminded of I think it was a best of Nextdoor thing that someone shared once where it was like, I've been noticing my neighbor leaves his house every day at like 7, drives away, and he's home at the same time every night, right around 5:30. I'm a little suspicious. And somebody went in the comments and says, I think your neighbor's going to work every day. And the person responded, oh yeah, good point. Okay, I guess that makes sense. People are nuts. They're like, they think they're all like detectives all of a sudden. They can figure shit out. No.
Well, my local Nextdoor, my favorite thing I've ever seen on there was like at the point after lockdown where like you could go to like a fast food restaurant and you could drive through, they were complaining because the local Taco Bell has like really bad service. And he was like, this is unconscionable. This is absolutely horrible. There must be something that we as a community can do about this. Like, he tried to
Yeah.
rally the troops to like have a community action to improve the
Let's-
service at the Taco Bell
We're gonna
drive-thru.
all go in together,
Yeah.
demand to see the manager. Tell them, voice our displeasure one at a time.
Yeah. Well-
Stop anybody else from ordering
Yeah.
and really let everybody in there that's just trying their best have it.
Yeah, much like, what the Kottonmouth King shares their like MO. I don't disagree with what this guy was saying because it is like an aggressively, shockingly bad Taco Bell. Like they'll sometimes just like tape little pieces of paper on it that say like 2 items only. And they like will not let you order more than 2 items. Like it doesn't matter how many people are in the car. They're like, no, 2 items only. They really make their own rules there. But I feel like you can go to the other Taco Bell that's a mile away or the Del Taco that's a quarter mile away,
You know
love
where I
next
stand on
door.
that. You know where I stand on that.
I do.
Go to that Del Taco. I don't know if I talked about it, but so I went to Del Taco a couple weeks, or about a month or two ago, and I heard that they had this cookie butter shake. Walked right in, said 1 cookie butter shake, please. Woman looks at me and she goes, "The what?" I said, "The cookie butter shake." She goes, "That's over." She's really aggressive. I was like, "It is?"
Wow.
Okay. I was kind of shocked. I was like, "Okay." Like, got something else, whatever. So I come back into town most recently to record with you guys, and Jenny, the Del Taco's right by your house, so it's wonderfully convenient. And I drive over there and I pull up in the drive-through, and pasted to the drive-through it says cookie butter shake, and I was like, that woman lied to me.
Wow.
Lied to my fucking face. And so I got that cookie butter shake, and let me tell you, it was incredible. I had a headache the whole rest of the day from the sugar high. It was amazing. And also, as I was getting served it, I looked in, and it was the same place. She was working there, and I was like, this woman just didn't want to make the shake.
Yeah.
Wow.
No interest in helping you on that one.
No.
Yeah.
She looked at me and she was like, I'm gonna lie to this guy's face. What's he gonna do about it? What's he
Yeah.
gonna do
The
about it?
cookie butter shake is fucking done. Get out of here.
We don't even sell tacos anymore.
How about a regular shake? No shakes. We're done serving shakes.
Read between the lines, nerd. I don't want to make a shake for you.
Wow. Well, I'm sorry that you were lied to at my neighborhood Del Taco. I'll see if I can get the team together to go over there.
The
and-
troops.
Rally the
Yeah.
troops.
You
we
know
demand
what?
truth from Bell Taco.
Listen-
Oh no.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I'll say to them. They'll get really, really upset.
I would say
good.
walk in there as a family. Mitch is carrying Sophie. You walk in as a family, and you're like, I need to talk to you about some lies. They're gonna be like, "Fuck, we're done. We're done."
Yeah,
You'll get free food.
right.
You'll get free food.
Yep, I'll use the mom tone.
Yeah.
I'll be making some cookie butter shakes. I'll tell you that. Oh boy.
There's you know what? Let's just do it. Next
We're
song.
ready.
It's your song.
It's my song, Bump.
Yeah, Jenny,
Wow.
tell us.
Love it. Listen, I heard that song when I was like 14 and I was like, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This
Yep.
is my life now.
That's
Bump,
what I like.
bump,
I
bump.
get it. I get it. Bump, bump, bump.
Lauren,
Not
I
to
know that
be-
you probably have the lyrics in front. What is it? What is the day in the life of a what?
Matt, I'm glad you asked, because I wrote down this entire verse because it's very interesting. And also, it does tie in well to Jenny saying that she's so connected to this song. And then you tell this story of your light kidnapping, where you got into a car and then went for a ride. And then I'll just read the lyrics. came to a halt at an intersection, turned up the music at my discretion. D-Lock in the back said, "What do I see? A Jeep full of freaks just staring at me."
Love
D-Lock
that.
was right. They were in a Range Rover, looked over my shoulder. I pulled them all over. They got out the car, stepped to my side. I said, "Hello, lady. Let's take a ride. I'm Saint Dog. That's D-Lock the man. Daddy X is the one that's driving the van. So climb on in and don't be shy. We're going to close the doors and let the games be fly." Once again, I said, "My name's ST. It's just another day of a PTB. Come on, come on." These guys are driving down the road in an unmarked van. They see a Range Rover of you know what? We've talked about ladies, we've talked about hotties and naughties, but these guys have found themselves a Range Rover of freaks. And they said, "Pull over, pull over." They pull over, they all get out of their vehicle, and they say, "Get in our vehicle. Get in. Here's everybody. This is all our names. Daddy X is driving. Get in." And they're like, "Okay." And then apparently this happens every day where they're just picking up rando freaks to get in the van. So, Jenny, you hear this song, and honestly, I think it's that thing. Music, it hits you on a very overt way, but also it can hit you subliminally. And so one day you met a man that you liked, and he was like, "Get in my BMW. Let's go for a ride." And in your head, you're thinking about the time that D-Lock, Saint Dog, and Daddy X got a Range Rover of freaks in a van, and you were like, okay, what's the worst that could happen? And the worst that could
Yeah.
happen is that you went to a bed and breakfast in Traverse City.
That's true. Yeah. He's a freak in a tempo at that time. So, yeah, that's true. That's probably why I did it. Gotta be careful what you let your kids listen to.
Yeah,
true.
see, that's true. It's true.
Now, I still have clarifying questions.
Mhm.
Does he say that it's the day in the life of a PTB?
Yeah, PTB.
Do we know what PTB stands for?
I don't know. His name is
Um,
Saint Dog. I don't know. And he's a Kottonmouth King. A PTB, I don't know.
Is he a party time boy? Is it?
Oh, that's
um,
that's good. I like that.
Or is he Pitbull? Just shortened for Pitbull?
PTB,
PTB.
pimp, something pimp,
Something pimp. A
Is
pimp.
he a
PT Barnum.
PT Barnum?
P.T.
Public
Barnum,
test build? He's a public test build.
Okay, he's a poop titty butt. I don't know. I can't think of anything.
That's it. That is exactly what he is.
Well, if you type in PTB acronym into Google, or as the one commenter called it, www.google.com, it stands for pulmonary tuberculosis.
Cool.
It could be any of those.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Well, there's a bunch of different options here. Let's see. According to what does PTB stand for? Acronyms parents should know. PTB,
no.
according to this, is please text back. Do you want to know some of the other ones? I don't know if this is true. Let's find this out. We've all got children. Apparently, the number 8 means oral sex.
Yeah.
QQ means crying. This abbreviation produces an emoticon in text. It is often used sarcastically. Okay. RAK, R-A-K, random act of kindness, and QTC, quick to come. Okay. What a collection of acronyms here.
This
Searing.
is not helpful.
Yeah, if somebody's quick to come, you don't want to take all the time to type out quick to come. Hit them with an acronym.
That's how quick to come they are. They got to use an acronym.
I was going through your text and I found that your friend is quick to come.
That's definitely how
I need to talk to you about it.
That's right. That's how the kids would talk about it too. He's quite quick to come.
Yeah. That's how they say it.
Yeah. That's from Euphoria. That's just a Euphoria quote.
Oh yeah, this is very Euphoria.
Classic Euphoria.
I went to a hotel room. That guy was real quick to go.
Songmeanings.com. Star Kitty 69 says, I love this song. It's so great.
So great.
Angel Bitch 420 said, I love this song. Is the best. Twisted Juggalette said, when I gets myself a car with some kick butt subs in it and an awesome sound system, this will be one of the most played songs in my car ever.
Did you guys live in neighborhoods where everybody had subs?
Yes.
I went
Yeah.
to a high school where
Okay.
everybody had subs.
Yeah, everybody in my high school had subs.
My
Yeah.
my neighborhood was relatively small, so, and there weren't a ton of kids my age.
Fair. I grew up in Westland, so there were subs everywhere.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, all these kids in high school had subs. People would drive around the neighborhood all the time with subs, and my dad would be like, who would want to listen to music that loud? And I was like, I don't know what to tell you. Those guys, you know, they've got the subs. They got it.
I just love a car driving by and it says,
And I'm like, that's a good song. That's a good song. Glad I can hear it. Yeah. I like it when they drive by and that's what's playing and they're like stone still, you know, like I'm listening to music at deafening volume. That's it. They're probably deaf though. That's the thing.
mm-hmm.
But they're
They
like,
play it so they can feel it.
they can feel it. Yeah, that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. All those people are deaf, and that's why it's so loud, so they can feel the vibration on. Wow, we're so ableist. Unbelievable. And let's see. KMK Natasha said the first song of theirs I ever heard. I actually didn't like it at the time. Then one night, a friend threw on Royal Highness during a party, and I was hooked from that moment on.
At a what? At a what, Lorin?
At a party.
Hell
That's
yeah.
right. This is a great album to like put on at a party.
This is a total party record. I'm in. What's next?
I'm in and get me out. Up next.
I'm in, but also Daddy's got shoes to make. Let's go.
Oh yes, Matt's new life as a shoemaker.
That's right. Let's get Matt back to gobbling.
He's way into gobbling now.
Yeah, dude, he's a cob gobbler for sure.
Master cob gobbler.
Cob gobbler. Would it be a? It doesn't matter. Anyway, love your
dick.
news
That's
too.
all I'm saying.
I love this. I would wear a pair of your shoes. Up next is oh my god, back to the Iditarod, Dog's Life.
Ooh.
All right, I think we're good on Dog's Life, guys. But it does feature Dog Boy in Too Rude.
That's right.
Listen,
That's a great nickname.
I'm
lot
too
of
rude.
people. A lot of people. We didn't really talk about this with the
How'd a finger get in my butt? I'm too rude.
Whoa.
Yeah, that is rude.
That's
is
very
rude.
Too rude.
Very rude.
That
too
is
rude.
too rude. That is a little
that
too
is
rude.
Too rude.
Too rude.
Hey, too rude? That's assault.
Yeah. It's a step too far, too rude. So there is a guy that shows up in all their music videos and he looks like a burn victim, but because he's covered in like bandages, but he's always like breaking. He's doing break dancing and the robot and everything, and he's in all their videos and he's like in everything. Like I watched later videos and he's still around. And I was like, is this their version of like the dancing guy from Mighty Mighty Boss Tones is like Bandage Dude? But I couldn't really find anything on him. He's clearly like doesn't sing. He doesn't do anything. He just dances. But I'm like, I mean, that makes sense. Have a dude who's just, but I mean, the fact that he looks like a burn victim is very unusual, very weird.
Yeah. You mean Pakalika?
Is that Pakalika?
That's
Oh.
Pakalika.
Well, there you go. Yeah. I never see him rapping anything. He's always just breakdancing and doing the robot in the background of all these videos. He's in the Bump video. He's in the Dog's Life video. There's two different versions of the Dog's Life video. One of which is tied into the David Spade movie Lost and Found. So you have clips of that movie along with the Kottonmouth Kings in a grocery store where David Spade also happens to be working. It's one of those things where it seems like he's like the members of the Kottonmouth Kings are all pursuing this woman and I feel like we're gonna meet up, and it's also kind of ties into what's going on in the clips from the David Spade movie, which I believe is about like David Spade finds the dog of his attractive neighbor, and he tries to like use that to meet her or something like that. And at the end of the music video, the woman that they're all pursuing, like she like opens her door to one of the Cottonmouth Kings, and all the other Cottonmouth Kings are also in her apartment, and she's like, "Come on in," and it really, and then they're all so hyped to see each other that I was like, "Are these guys just without a place to stay?" And then they were like, "We know this girl, and she will let us stay there for a night or two." And because they're so excited, they're more excited to see each other than they are to actually see this woman, who is a hottie. Just gotta mention that. The fact that there were two videos and both of them were this kind of like weird slapdash thing made total sense for the Cottonmouth Kings. But I also love the fact that they had the budget to like, let's make two Doug's Life videos like that. The 90s, man, money just coming out of faucets, incredible.
And rest in peace, Pakaliga.
What?
Maybe it's time to go to Misunderstood.
Misunderstood.
Yeah, Misunderstood is up next.
Ooh. That's on the down low.
I don't want you to be misunderstood that I was vibing on this song. Listen, these guys, Saint Dog, never find them tripping, never gun gripping, always 40 sipping. Anarchy is the life for me. Give me booze, blunts, broads, and I'll tap all three.
Wow, wow, wow.
There it is. There it is.
Triple tap.
Triple tap.
Pop, pop, pop. I feel like in the party, you're at this point, this song, even though it's about being misunderstood, what should be very understood is it's time to mac on some honeys.
I was gonna say you're passed out.
Well, me personally, yeah, I've had too much moose head and I'm throwing up in the backyard. Absolutely.
No, yours is better. Yours is, yeah. You're
But
right.
this
would officially be time to mac on some honeys.
Yeah, you just to be like, hey, what's going on? How are you? And you just hope that you are, cognizant enough, because if it's a Cottonmouth Kings party, I mean, you're talking booze, you're talking so much weed, we're talking weed chunks, weed nuggets, weed flakes. They're all over the place.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is truly this is a question that does not need to be answered, but I don't know the answer to this question. We've all heard about alcohol's effect on romantic hookups, coitus, as it were, whiskey dick being a thing.
Sure.
But I've never heard any references to how weed impacts sex. Boy, I am 46 and I just asked a question like an 11-year-old. How does weed impact sex? I've never heard that it's like, oh, it makes it way better. I've never heard it. Oh, it makes it way worse. I've never heard anything. Lorin, Captain Buds, tell me all about it.
Yeah, tell him more.
Well, young Matthew.
Yeah.
I can tell you, in my experience, it makes it better.
There we go. All right.
There you go. Sativa Steve, anything to input on this one?
I will not be sharing any input on that.
There you go.
Why did it come to you, Sativa Steve?
They won't let me talk about it.
They don't.
Yeah, I do know that when a guy smokes weed, his dick does turn into like a big, huge clump of weed.
Just a nug.
I do know that that's one thing that happens. I do know that.
Oh, why has no one told me this?
It kind of looks like an asparagus a little bit.
Oh, that's what
It's
I want.
really upsetting. Yeah.
Oh, that's what I want so bad.
Well, Matt, when you've heard the euphemism "smoking pole," that's what happens if you smoke
Yeah.
weed. It turns your dick into weed, and then the girl will smoke your dick. Yeah,
God, I
Yeah.
need
That's
this
how it
so
goes.
bad in my
They
life.
do have
Yeah.
to set it on fire in order
Yeah,
to
you
smoke
light
it,
you
but
light the
you're
dick on
fine with that.
fire.
I
Yeah,
do
I'm
know
willing
that.
to try.
I do know that.
yeah.
So, okay.
Uh
Okay. All right. Well,
Wow.
I guess
Alright.
that's what I'm gonna have to do.
Yeah,
All right.
you have to. All right, up next, dirt slang.
Woof woof. More dog references. More
You
Iditarod.
Yeah, you're about to hear more about wrinkles on balls too.
Oh, I
Mm.
can't wait.
The line is, "I got you puzzled like the wrinkles on my scrotum sack." I don't know if I quite understand that, but okay,
It's a
sure.
puzzle.
It's a puzzle.
That's how I approach
Well, that's the
stuff.
thing. You've got, yeah. If you're encountering someone who's just smoked weed, their penis has now become a joint, but then also their nuts are now, well, yeah, a game, a puzzle,
A puzzle, if you will.
a puzzle, if you will, a
Yeah, it's like
mystery.
one of like a hedge maze or something, you know? You just
Mhm.
get lost and
Yeah.
tough.
Take the wrong turn,
Yeah.
Minotaur.
Yeah. You're in Nut Town forever.
Never escape.
Yeah, there is another line in here. Dirt slang. It starts like this, bro. I play dunk ball with the homies and I eats pink taco.
There we go.
Mm.
How does the weed affect the eating of the pink taco?
Mm.
Matt,
It make
I refuse to answer that.
Lorin, please tell me.
Mm. Wow. I mean,
Mm.
all I know is that
They call it the munchies for real.
all I know is that yeah, the vajay turns into a weed clump. It's hard. It's really hard, but someone had to be honest. That's what happens.
Finally, the truth. Thank you, Jenny.
No
Thank you.
problem. No problem. That's what big
Thank you.
weed doesn't want you to know.
Big weed does not
Turn
want
your
you to
vajay
know
into a weed clump.
No
Mm,
weed clump. Mhm.
I
Everybody's
wish you
talking
what?
about the freedom, but now we know why it's really illegal.
That's right.
That's right. There are still 38 songs to go. What do we have next?
Up next, we have What's Your Trip?
Oh no, it's about a bad trip on LSD.
Oh no.
The Kings have started to dabble in other drugs. This is why this is what they told you about.
Gateway.
Gateway.
Gateway to depravity.
That's
Mm,
right.
yeah. At this point, things have been pretty PG, I think we'd agree.
Yeah.
But now he's seeing a world full of flowers?
Demons?
Demons? Oh,
Mm.
yep. Now I will say that not everyone partakes. There is the line, do I lick or do I sip? None of the above, because I just take rips from a pipe, sometimes a bong, because it feels damn good when it lingers in my lungs. So at least, here's the thing. That's the Kottonmouth Kings equivalent of designated driver. They got two guys tripping balls on LSD tabs and acid tabs. And there's one guy's like, don't worry, guys. I'm just smoking out the bong. I'll get us home. No problem. In our unmarked van over here. That's probably Daddy X. His name is Daddy X for a reason, I'm sure.
That's right. He
I'm
takes
sure.
care of the boys.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Make sure they get home safe. Although if they are driving and they see a Range Rover of Freaks, he will pull over.
100%.
100%. 100%.
But he's just about that life.
Listen, as I've said, based off the videos I've seen, these people lived it. It's true. This is not a pose. I would never accuse the Kottonmouth Kings of being posers. These people are true about that life.
There we go. I think we're ready for the next song. I think it transitions quite nicely. High Society.
I wonder what this is about. They just do have that kind of sense of just like, and I'm a weird guy. It's a very Lonely Island to me. Well, the Lonely Island did a very good job of recreating this style, I will say.
Listen, the thing about it is that while all the voices are silly, I enjoyed all the rhyming across the board. There was never a time where I was like, "Oh, this guy's the weak link." This is the the lesser than of whatever the group is. Like anybody who's on, they're all on point and they all stay focused. And if anybody gets off topic and they start rapping about something that's not quite related, it tends to be much more personal, and then it still feels visceral. So in a way, I was never like, well, they should have cut this verse, because I was like, well, no, they got to let this guy go in. I mean, the songs are, well, I should mention. So this is a new one. So on the back of the CD, all the song lengths are listed. If you'd like to know how long the songs are, Jenny, any songs you'd like to know, just and throw me a song.
Let's say Life's Not As It Seems.
Oh, that song is 4:20, 4 minutes and 20
How
seconds.
about Bump?
That song is 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
Mm-hmm. How about Dirt Slang?
That song is, let me check, 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
What?
Yeah.
Wow, the precision.
Yeah. Life Ain't What It Seems. That one is 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah. And also Bong Token Alcoholics, however, is 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
Right. I think I see. I see.
There is a pattern.
There's a pattern here. Yeah. And the fact that they were able to get all these songs to 4 minutes and 20 seconds, incredible precision. Well done. This song also seems to be a bit anti-capitalist. I'll just point that out. The lyric,
what owns you, man?
Well, the lyric I wrote down is, money don't mean shit to me. It grows on evil trees. It breaks up families. It's more like a disease because it's tension. Did I mention it's the government's invention? Dollar bill, y'all.
Yeah, I mean, who made the Zeitgeist film? Because could have been them. Could have been
right.
them.
I mean, it's true. I mean, who gives money its power? It's just a piece of paper. You ever think about that?
I'm not paying taxes this year. I'm a sovereign citizen, okay?
Independent country of Nos.
That's right. There was a pretty great comment on this song on Song Meanings.
Oh yeah.
X, the Punished X, said, my friend had this CD and I loved it, so we ripped the whole thing onto my computer so I could listen to it anytime I was near my computer. But all my stoner friends kept listening to it when I didn't wanna, because I really got to be in the mood for rap, and I got pissed off and deleted it. I hope you like this story. I do.
Great story.
That's a good one.
Wow.
That's a good one.
Wow.
Well done.
Wow.
Well done. I like this comment from KMK Natasha, who said, although I loved all the intros they did on Royal Highness, they can get annoying. I'm glad they didn't do it on the records after that. I prefer being able to skip over them if I want, but they were short and I still know every damn line.
Yeah.
Sounds like
might
Stockholm
be how they got all the tracks to 420 KMK.
Might be.
Well,
might be.
They aren't all 420.
I know. Found out.
They aren't all 420 after all. Kottonmouth Kings.
Cottonball Kings are a bunch of liars.
The Kottonmouth Kings lied to me just like the woman at Del Taco.
You do have the butter cookie.
You do have the cookie butter.
That's right.
Let me tell you.
We need to get this world in order here.
We do. Let me tell you, when the lady did give me the cookie butter shake, she goes, sorry, it's a little overfilled. And I was like, you're apologizing for this? What?
Did she lick her lips after she said that?
I'm sorry. It's so full, Lauren.
It's
God.
God.
Don't worry, I tried to take it. It's delicious. You're
Yeah,
going to like this one. It was one of my better ones.
Yeah. I think she was hitting on you.
Thank you.
That's...
You're a
If
catch.
anybody ever gives you an overfilled drink, that's flirting.
That's flirting? Okay. There was a quiz recently online where it said, is it better to desire or be desired? What did more
What?
people ask?
Where
Yes.
are you on the internet?
I'm on Twitter, baby. I'm on
What's this
Twitter.
fucking quiz.
It was a quiz. People asked that question.
It's not
of
a
people asked.
quiz.
It was a question, and people were asked it. And I think I fall on the it to be desired. I think clearly it's because I'm getting free, not free, but overfilled shakes.
Oh, is that? Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to answer the question, but I can't believe that there's just someone's like, is it better to be desired or to
Or to be
desire?
desired.
Yeah.
Take our arrows quiz.
Listen, we got to get off the internet.
We got to get off the
We
internet.
do.
But we literally, truly need to get to the next song.
Okay.
I'm on a burning pier over here, guys.
Okay.
I'm
Up
about to have
next,
my
don't worry,
family
Matt.
come back.
This will keep you. This will bring you back in.
Yeah.
Psychedelic funk.
We're good.
Well, listen, the Kottonmouth Kings are feeling good again on this song. They were just telling you about the evils of capitalism and money on the previous track, but on this song, they say, "Shit, it's a damn good day. Got money in the bank, cash in my tank, pays for my dank." They're back. Oh, got a new Paramax, money for the taxes and for the plenty herb the Lord I do thank. What? This dude is so high on this song that he's like, I've got all this money. I'm going to pay my taxes. Wow.
That's how
Kottonmouth
good things are
Kings,
going.
Yeah. Like, they're not mad at spending money on infrastructure,
Mm-hmm.
They probably would like socialized medicine, right? How's that get paid for?
Good point.
All right.
Good point.
All right.
Good point.
There we go.
There it is.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Okay.
All
So think about that before you're not going to pay your taxes. Okay.
There's a section at 220 where they talk about legalizing that I wrote down. And I wrote down the lyric, "I'm D-Lock, so fair is fair. Party over here, fuck you over there." A little aggressive.
Good one. Good one.
And then D-Lock comes back again. I do like the fact that, like, on a lot of rap songs, like, it's like, it's Snoop Doggy Dogg, and I'm here to say, and then, like, that's it. He doesn't say that he's Snoop Dogg again on that song, but the Kottonmouth Kings will identify themselves multiple times, so you do not make the mistake.
D-Lock again with more to say.
Yeah, so yeah, he says it's D-Lock, so fair is fair, party over here, fuck you over there. Then he comes back later, he goes, "It's D-Lock with the grab bag of tricks. Your bitch is on my dick, and your mama is too, and this is going out to the Kottonmouth crew."
Wow, what a trick.
Hold it.
Incredible trick.
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
How is this riddle true? Is my girl also my mother? No.
Oh
wow.
no. This
Oedipus,
is the Kottonmouth
no.
Kings Oedipus.
Oh, the hairpins.
Oh, wow. That would be done with, like, I don't know. Is there like a sharp weed tool? Probably. Hold on. I'll write a little script about this.
You would just use like a sharpened bong, your blade bong,
Oh yeah, your sword bong.
your sword bong.
There you go.
There's there's a sword bong. There's got to be a sword bong.
At least one. We'll find
All
it.
right, let's do it.
Okay. That's gonna kill us. Up next is Me and My Shake.
All right, yeah.
Me and My Skate.
Me and My Skate. Or if you're Jenny and you've had a couple sips of your 5 milligram drink, it's you and your shake.
Okay, that is what it says on Wikipedia where I'm reading it from.
It's true. This is true.
How dare you, Lorin?
Yeah, I want to let
dare
you know I'm feeling a nice little buzz. I've consumed a quarter of this. So, and I'm not going to finish it. I don't think I can.
It's okay.
So this song is basically a news story about the members of the Kottonmouth Kings causing trouble around town. The reporter's name is Victoria Secretion. Well done. Good joke. And this is a song for the skaters because they're all skating and basically escaping, causing mayhem and then getting away on their skateboard.
Yeah, they're getting away from Officer Jack Me Off.
Officer Jack Me Off. Thank you.
Okay. Let's not leave out the lawman, okay?
All right. He has a name. He
Put some respect on his name, Lorin.
Officer Jack Me Off. All right. Perfect. So each of them have a different a different subject of their verse. D-Lock talks about his disdain for a 9 to 5 job. He says, don't want to slave my life working at a 9 to 5, fuck flipping burgers, don't want to drop no fries, don't want to move boxes, move shit, or sit behind a desk, just want to get upon a mic and let my skills start to flex. Which he's trying to say is he's an artist. He wants to be an artist. Don't constrain him to a 9 to 5. I understand that 100%. Now, Saint's verse, a little crazier, a little more vulgar. He's got some sex raps going on, and he has
love a good sex rap.
Love a good sex rap. I'll just read the line. My name is Saint, the one the girlies flock, fool. So don't get mad when your lady starts to jock me, fool. Like a beer, like marijuana. She said, hi, Saint. My name's Luana. Luana want to take me home. Luana want to lay and bone. But I get aggravated, mentally frustrated when I act like cause your boyfriend player hated. What? We have a boyfriend. Left jab, right hook. Then I knocked him out. I hate player haters. So I pissed in his mouth.
All right. You got to.
Got him.
Once you realize that someone's a player hater and you're Saint Dog of the Kottonmouth Kings,
knock them the fuck out.
Yep.
Pee in their mouth.
Pee in their mouth.
Gotta piss in their mouth.
Gotta. Me and my shake.
I'll tell you right now. Me and my shake. Yeah. See me with the shake.
I'm gonna
close your mouth.
Get out of here because you're about to get knocked out and peed.
I'm gonna knock you out and piss in your mouth. Okay.
All right.
Got a quick cue.
You have
a lot of
I've heard a lot about sex, drinking, and now on weed. But like, what's it like when you get peed in the mouth? No.
Oh, Jenny and I will totally tell you everything about that.
That one,
Lorin?
I'm very comfortable.
We're open. We're open. No.
I got a quick question though. How respectful of our time is this album?
Oh. Maybe the only group that could rival Roach Coach with disrespect of time. 1 hour, 13 minutes, and 40 seconds.
Holy. Wow.
It's a long one.
It's even longer on streaming because they put 2 secret songs.
There's Planet Budtron.
Yeah. We'll get there. That's like 14 songs from now. We'll get there, Matt. Don't
All right. Before Matt turns to
a pumpkin. Yeah.
Hey, listen, I'm right there. I'm in the sidecar, Matt. I'm in the sidecar. Up next is Discombobulated. I'm
at the party and I'm like, it might be time to go. Like they're wrapping it up. I feel like the aforementioned. Have you ever been at a club at 1:45 and then you don't leave yet and you stay there and it's now 2:00? The affectionately termed ugly lights come on, which are just the shop lights that all shitty clubs have that are just the worst lights on earth. I feel like this is the ugly lights of the album.
Wow. Featuring Too Rude.
Too Rude, he's back.
Get that finger out of my butt, Too Rude.
This is the song that always really reminded me that this album is too long. This one would come on and I would go, okay, guys, listen, I've been having a blast hanging out with everybody here, and I don't know all your names. It might be time
for some of you to go home.
It's time to start wrapping it up. And Jenny, you talked about listening to this in a car. I did a stereo listen with this album while eating, and I actually ate Taco Bell sober while listening to this album.
Good for you.
And I was really hungry, and so I got a lot of Taco Bell, and I ate all of the Taco Bell, and the album was still not over. And then I sat down on the couch and was flipping through the liner notes, and the album was still going. And then it finally ended, and I fell asleep on the couch, passed out on the couch for like an hour. And I was like, I'm not even high, and yet I'm literally doing all the other things that you associated. I ate too much Taco Bell. I listened to a Kottonmouth Kings album until I passed out. Unbelievable. Wow. Yet I was sober. Incredible.
What was it like?
Were you scared?
Oh, guys, let me tell you. I felt like I could be everything and nothing at the exact same time.
Wow.
Heard about this.
Am I the couch or is the couch me?
I
you know what I mean? I sometimes you think about if you were a table, things would be better because you see a table and it's so incredibly sturdy,
Mm,
and well made.
4 legs. My
Four
dream.
legs, 4 legs,
Four
a
legs,
lot more
my
stable than
dream.
My
two.
my personal dream.
Mm-hmm.
I still want to be bipedal.
You
I
you
guess
want to
that's
be
too quadpedal. I
you
want
want
to
to be
be
a
quadruped.
quadruped
Yeah, but
and
with arms
bipedal.
still. Yeah.
With
Okay.
arms still. Okay.
So do you want
I
the
want to be
ability?
able to flip and do either.
Do you want to be a minotaur? Is that what you want to be?
No,
I just want to be me.
a minotaur is is a human body with a bull head.
Centaur.
There you go. You want to be a centaur, Jenny?
I want to be a gentar, okay? I just want to be me. I just want to be me.
Uh-oh. I think we have to go to the next song now.
Oh boy.
What's next?
All right. Planet Bunch.
All right. All right. We kind of know what they're about. I'm enjoying. I like what they put down, but
Yeah,
we're not
Matt.
tilling new soil over here.
Matt, you said something earlier that this song was how long? 13 minutes.
13 minutes long. Yeah.
According to the back of the CD, this song is 4 minutes and 20 seconds. So I don't know what you're talking about.
That's true.
I think you need to check some things, Matt.
Wow.
Because
Some more lies. Some more
Yeah.
lies. It's more lies.
Now, if you fast forward, now this is the thing that doesn't make any sense because I know for a fact that this song is 4 minutes and 20 seconds long. But if you do somehow fast forward to 5:25, you will get to the secret track, Pimp Twist.
Why, dear me, Lorin.
Lorin, we need to get you a fainting couch. We need to get you a fainting couch. Gotta
Why?
get these more Patreon subscribers. Lorin needs a fainting couch.
Dearest Roach Coach listeners, I implore you to join the Patreon at patreon.com/Roach Coach Podcast. If not for us, for Lorin's fainting.
Yes, big faint 500. If we get 500 reviews, I'll personally buy Lorin a fainting couch. We're not recording an episode, but
big
I'll get
faint
him a big
500.
piece of furniture.
It's only 80 reviews away from big faint 500,
Only
where we get a fainting couch and we do the faints dance macabre.
Yes. And we show Lorin surprise nudity. And
Shock. Oh.
We're gonna scare Lorin.
Them titties be in your face, Lorin.
Ah!
All right.
All right,
We can't top what just happened, Lorin. So, is there another secret track?
Well, no. The other track after that is just a remix version of Bump, but Pimp Twist is pretty. This is their vulgar.
All right, feeling good.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of lines here. I don't know if you wrote any down, Jenny. But they all show how they're doing the Pimp Twist and how appealing they are. Some of the ones I wrote down, I rock shit on the daily. Your girlfriend, she paged me. I bust you in the grill, then go chill with your lady. So that's tough. You find out that she's cheating on you, and then he punches you in the face on top of that insult to injury. Let's see this one line. Been through many cities, and it's all the same. I see a freak. I look in her direction. 5 minutes later, she'll be licking my erection.
Good to know.
Good to know. But also, they've laid the groundwork for this with the earlier line where they're just driving in a van. They look over, they see a Range Rover of freaks, and they're like, "Pull the car over and get out of our vehicle. Let's get into theirs." Clearly, they have the allure, So, good for them. And then finally, perpetrator, nah, educator. Player hater, more like a generator. Hesitator, nah, demonstrator. Masturbator, nah, masticator on your old lady's twat.
Wow, masticator on your old lady's twat.
Wow.
Oh, if only Samuel Longhorn Clemens were here.
Lorin needs that couch.
Guys, I'm just gonna faint away.
Oh boy.
Just like a lady in a Victorian novel. The consumption's gonna take me.
I don't know. We don't want you to get the vapors. So
Thank you. That's the album. That is Royal Highness by the Kottonmouth Kings. Unbelievable. And this is now the part of the show where we talk about
Canon Talk.
Talk about the canon. No, well, sorry. I forgot that we were even going to consider this for the canon. And I was so like, I needed a fainting couch. And that's
All
on
right.
me. So I
2
blew
fainting
it. I'm
couches.
sorry.
We need 2 fainting
Okay,
couches.
at
All right.
minimum.
Oh boy. Jenny, aka Sativa Steve.
Yeah.
What do you have to say?
Well,
about
you
the
know,
film?
I'm a quarter into this highly casual, so I don't know. I'm a little under the influence with this vote, but I'm gonna say no. Probably not. I do love Bump. Okay, love it, but I don't know. There's nothing for the canon for me. Lorin, what do you think?
I would say that for me personally, no. But if you are a 15-year-old weed head, this is
Oh.
like the holy grail. This is it. The only other thing I have to say is legalize it.
We did
Okay,
in
great.
Michigan.
Perfect.
So
All right. Well
there
done.
you go.
All right. Sergeant Bluntz.
Yeah. Reporting for duty, sir.
Do you think this belongs in the new metal canon?
100%. Yeah. No
Ah!
caveats, no anything. Just put it in. Of course not. No. But what a delight. What a delightful listen. What a fun record. Completely party record, Lake Beach record, seaside record. Fun nearly for the whole family. But yeah, no, not for the canon.
Well, there you have it. The Kottonmouth Kings, great for parties, not in the new metal canon. And that does bring us to the end of what I think we can all agree is the best episode of the Roach Coach podcast.
Absolutely.
I agree.
100%. Actually, I'm going to take that back. Not 100%. 420%.
420%.
There you go.
That's
there
right.
you go.
Yeah. And I notice I'm looking at the clock. This episode is 4 hours and 20 minutes. We've nailed it. Perfect. Perfect. And yeah, that does bring us to the end of this episode of Roach Coach. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for bringing us to 420 reviews. We appreciate it. Everyone who listens and has been joining us all these years. Yeah, I don't know. The Fainting Couch 500. I think I like 500. Maybe we find an album or something that ties into that.
Yeah, like the Chris Angel Mind Freak Freaky Deaky 500. Jonathan
Freaky
Davis
deaky.
did make that record, so
Oh,
The Freaky Deaky 500.
the Freaky Deaky 500.
Freaky Deaky 500.
Listen, I'm not around, so I'm just giving free ideas.
Hey,
But if they stay in the free idea box, hell, you never know.
if you plant a seed, we're going to be here to see what it is.
That's right. It's going to grow. It's going to grow. Keep on saying hello to us online. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We're on all those. Subscribe to the Patreon, patreon.com/Roach Coach Podcast. The Pact. It's going on. Don't miss out. Mitch wrote the theme song. It's great. And send us an email, roachcoachpodcast@gmail.com. And until next time, Matt, thank you.
Lorin, thank you.
Sativa Steve. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Bluntz up.
Bluntz up.
What's up? Bye.
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 Roach Coach
Podcast.
hot all day, every day. It's the Roach Coach
Podcast.
all day, every day.